Hey everyone, welcome to the Rooster Teeth Podcast.
It's a podcast.
This week, new and improved with Gus, Chris, Barbara, and Jack.
Hello, Internet.
New and improved because no Bernie and no Gavin. So when I was a kid, I had a bike, and you have like the brakes on the handlebars.
Yeah.
And with mine, you always use the right brake, which is your back wheel, not the left brake, which is your front wheel. So with mine, like the little cable would always come out of the brake, but it was like, I knew, like, okay, just put the cable back in, now the brake works. So when the cable pop out, you couldn't brake it all.
Yeah.
One time, my sister took my bike without my permission, and we lived on top of a hill.
Oh God,
and
this is going.
She just took off and started going down the hill, and I was like, well, she's fucked. And of course, sure enough, as she got down near the bottom of the hill, brakes didn't work, and she tried to, it was a 90-degree turn, it was a left turn. She turned, but was going way too fast, and like slammed right into the neighbor's mailbox that was down there at the bottom of the street.
My God.
And I saw her like hit it, and then like flip like a rag doll, and then I just saw her like laying there not moving. So I just went back inside, told my mom, like, I think you need to call an ambulance or something. My sister's down there in a pile at the bottom of the street.
She's probably dead down there.
My sister would sometimes like have the same thing, like she was kind of a sleepwalker, and she'd get up and go to like the dining room, and she'd like sit down at the dining room table and like laugh in her sleep.
Really
and then we'd like in the middle of the night like go in, and she'd just be sitting there laughing and be like, come on, let's go back to bed. And she'd just like
what
asleep
kind
the
of
whole
laugh?
time.
Like a giggle?
No, like full out like belly laughing. It was like something out of a horror movie.
No, I was gonna say that's really scary.
Yeah, especially because like all the lights are off. It's like the middle of the night. You're
She
asleep,
had like her hair
and
covering
you
her
get like
face.
woken up by like laughter in your house. You're like, what the fuck is that?
I don't understand sleepwalking. Like, I mean, I snore so loud I'll wake myself up every now and then. I'm like, I imagine if I was belly laughing, I'd be like, oh, I'm awake.
You did that on a plane one time.
Yeah.
I think it was me and Gavin or someone. We were sitting like diagonally from you so we could see you, and you were asleep and your cheeks were flapping because you were snoring. And then you went, and then you just like shook yourself awake, and you're just like, huh?
Yeah, I saw someone do that on a plane in this most recent Australia trip. He was like behind me and to the left. I was like, man, that guy's snoring really loud. And then sure enough, it was like, he did that thing, he was like, and he like shoots up and like looks around.
Like, was someone else snoring?
Yeah, it's like, was that me? The worst is like, I've also woken myself up drooling on a plane.
Yeah.
Oh, I've done that.
Which is
so when you have
awful.
a beard, it's even worse because then it gets in the beard. Similar,
but no one can
similar when
see
you
it.
sneeze, or it's still, you can feel it though. That's the gross thing. And then try to clean it out. It's like you have to dig in there and like clean it. It's gross.
Nasty.
The problems with a beard.
Your whole body shakes.
Do the thing where you really, really have to pee, and so like in your dream you keep going to the bathroom, and then peeing, and then you come back and you're like, I still gotta go. So
Chris,
then you go.
do you have like a condition?
No, I mean you never had that dream where like you really have to pee in your dream.
I never have to get up in the middle of the night and piss. I'm not 60 years old.
Do you wake up and you're like just covered in piss?
No,
or-
I've
okay,
never
that's good.
peed. It's always just like because my body is telling me I have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
So like I keep peeing in my dream and be like, it's not working.
The opposite thing happened to me when I was, I think, 12 or 13 years old.
Opposite thing. You really thought you had to pee bad, but you were just dreaming?
I was dreaming, and I was dreaming about toilets, and then I peed my bed.
Nice.
I
When you were
remember
12.
that distinctively. Yes, I was 12.
She was 22.
Still not now. That's all that matters.
What do you ever remember pissing yourself, Jack? Like, what's the oldest you remember pissing yourself?
God, probably maybe 5 or 6. Like I mean, that's vague. I remember one time I got sick and I woke up and it was not good. Other than that, it wasn't pee that came out. It was very disgusting. Other than that, I've been fine. And that was when I was like probably 6 or
Period
7.
blood?
Yes, it was period blood.
When I was 10, I didn't pee my pants, but I got up in the middle of the night and peed in the oven. I don't
Were
know.
you drunk?
No, I just like stumbled up and like I don't know, somehow like I.
You were lost.
No, I didn't like actually pee like I like start peeing and I'm like, what am I doing? I'm peeing. Never mind, I'm just gonna go to the bath. Like I came out of consciousness when I was like.
You came back to consciousness.
Yeah. Like I got up and like was just started going and I'm like, wait, stop, this isn't right.
Well, so did you actually get any urine into the oven?
I got like the first like.
Did you tell your parents?
Did you tell
No,
your-
I just like it was just like
So they probably
Wait,
cooked
so you
food
stopped?
with your
Yeah,
fucking
like, I-
pants
You were
in that
able to
oven.
stop peeing midstream.
yeah.
That's impressive. That's actually not easy to do.
Yeah,
No.
that's pretty hard.
Well, I mean, if you're peeing in an oven, it's not hard to do.
If it was on, maybe, but
No, it's just like one of those things where it's just like, whoa, like what am I doing?
the next time they cooked something, did it smell funny? Did you
No,
notice?
I mean, it was like when
a
I say
10-year-old cleaning can't
Yeah.
do a
No,
great
No,
job.
but I'm not
Just
talking
smeared
about.
it
I'm
all
not saying
over
like
it.
I went. It was like one of those things. The stream started, and like before it hit,
You were already cleaning?
I was already awake enough
Yeah,
to where I pulled off the trigger. So it was just like,
It's like Mission Impossible where he catches it before it hits the ground.
no, but I mean it was just like the tiny. It was fine. Like it was all good.
Do your parents watch the podcast?
No.
Okay.
I had a guy in college I knew who really liked Christmas. So for the
Okay, people do.
No, for the entire month of December, he wore an elf outfit, like green tights, red tunic,
Okay.
and like a Santa hat.
Okay.
And he would like, I'd be at the stop walk and I'd be like, oh hey Ryan, and he'd be like, sorry, this isn't Ryan, this is his best friend Napkin the elf.
Napkin the elf.
Yeah, and then I'd be like, oh hey Napkin, and he'd be like, here, you want some Christmas cookies?
He had cookies in his pocket, so he wore the same outfit every day for a fucking month without washing it, probably.
I mean, I don't know.
and he kept cookies in his pocket. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
you ate it?
yeah. Why not? Isn't that
What kind of cookies?
little like the little like
Ginger
they're like
snaps?
no, they're shaped like Christmas wreaths
Oh,
and like
okay.
those kind of things with little like crystal.
Like a sugar cookie.
Yeah,
with,
they were good.
Yeah.
Chris, this
Napkin.
man was you, wasn't it? Right?
No, he
This isn't
was.
Chris, this is Napkin.
No,
the
I
Elf.
did have a really cool experience with Napkin the Elf though.
Sounds like the beginning of like a drug story. Like, man, I was fucked up.
Napkin
No,
the Elf
We were
showed up.
Joshua treeing this
Well,
guy.
So much fun.
I was in
Napkin has the
a
best
lab
LSD.
working on a film, and it's one of those things where it's like there were no windows or anything like that, and I was in there for like 5 hours, and it was like December 23rd or something, right during finals, and then the doors burst open and Napkin the Elf jumps out and it's like, it's snowing, it's a Christmas miracle, and then ran out.
And
Was it snowing?
Yes, it was
Oh,
like
okay.
the only day it snowed.
be
It was in
amazing
Austin,
if it
Texas.
wasn't.
The only day it snowed that entire year.
I remember when it snowed here.
Yeah, and I was like,
What year was that?
I want to say it was like
it would have been like 2004
2003 or
5.
2004. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's not wrong because that's
That's not wrong?
2008 or 9. 2008
That's
or 9.
fairly recent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't, well,
I mean, that's when I graduated.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it was a Christmas miracle.
It was a Christmas
Brought
miracle.
And
you
then he
by
threw
Napkin the Elf.
cookies.
Did he really?
No, he didn't do that. But that would have been awesome.
But also, if you had like snow or something, like, it's
snowing.
We've talked about before on the podcast. We've talked about forced porn.
yeah.
Forced porn.
Forced porn?
That
Oh,
absolutely
I did
exists.
find a trunk
I
of
said
porn.
forced
Like,
porn.
Wait, you
in
found
college.
a trunk of porn?
Yeah. Like, I was taking out my trash from my apartment in college, and next to the dumpster was a big chest. I'm like, oh, that's
And
strange.
inside were a big
No,
chest.
no, it's just like one of those things. Like, oh, why would someone throw out a chest? And I opened it up, and I swear to God, it was just full of porn.
Did
Was
you
it like
like
the- it was like
emanate
the-
light?
Yeah, it was like the Ark of the
No,
Covenant.
it was like, well, it's just like
Avert your eye.
my guess was someone had a girlfriend, or made a girlfriend, or whatever,
I made my girlfriend.
and then the girlfriend was like, "You have an entire chest of porn," and made him throw it out.
Or his parents were coming to visit.
Or, well, no, I mean,
Although
I
he
feel like he
wouldn't
could have
throw it out.
locked it up or something, or it was something. It was like someone had. It was a collection. It wasn't something he threw away lightly because it was like
Was it
it was
advertised?
organized. It was an impressive collection of porn.
Did you take anything from it?
No, maybe. Well, I mean, it was
course
one
you
of those
did.
things where it's like me and my. I was
Big
like,
Booty
I
Bitches,
called up. I
Volume
called my
3.
roommate. I was like, dude, we have a thing. We have a situation out here that needs to be investigated. So we brought it out and we like carried it up and we're like, huh? And
It's
we
like
went
Men
through
in
it all.
Black, They were like rope off the carry.
We're like, all right, we have
Move
to
along,
erase
please.
everyone's memory. That's it. I mean, a lot of it was, some of it was like, a little sketchy. So we like,
Like what?
Some of it.
What's sketchy? What's sketchy porn?
Yeah, what is sketchy porn?
Just stuff like old people porn,
OPP.
pregnant porn, just like stuff that's a little like not
Like
guy
fringe
got it all.
stuff.
yeah and so
quite
we're like
mainstream,
we'll discard this one and let's move on deeper into the chest and see what we find.
Wait, was this all outside, or did you take the whole thing
No, we
back?
carried it back in at
Okay.
this point. It was
so
like
you weren't like sitting there like spreading it out.
Y'all
No,
didn't
it-
get like latex gloves and like we're gonna move the specimen inside.
well, you honestly, it wouldn't be a good idea to wear latex gloves when you're digging through other people's porn.
That's what I said.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's like we should have.
Yeah.
We didn't,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Nice.
Good.
As a kid, I was a big Calvin and Hobbes fan,
Okay.
and in one of the comics, he goes in the toilet and then flushes it and spins around because he hates taking baths.
It's like his solution to bathing.
Yeah, and because he like tricked his mom, and so I was like, I'm gonna do that one time, and so I climbed in the toilet and flushed it. Didn't spin around, but still got out like I was clean.
So you really got in the toilet?
Yeah.
How old were you?
I don't know. I was old enough to
You was
fit in the
16.
toilet, but
Wait,
I don't know.
So you must have been like 3 months old.
No, I mean I was probably like,
Did you get like 1
4.
foot in the toilet?
I don't know, 4 or 5. I was
Oh my
too old to
God.
be in a toilet, that's for sure. But I mean,
When is not too old? Yeah, so when is not too old to get
if
in
you're
the
not a
toilet?
prom night baby, you should not be in the toilet.
I didn't
No,
know
I
I
mean-
was pregnant.
So that's getting cut from
like, I mean, you do when you're a kid, like you think weird stuff is a good idea.
Of course.
Yeah,
Like-
I guess so.
Like, you believe anything.
I have 2 funny Gavin stories from VidCon.
Hit us.
Go.
As you remember, VidCon last year was the story of Bernie pushing Gavin in the elevator and
Right.
pressing all the buttons because he was so drunk.
Oh yeah.
And Gavin trying to push Bernie into a fountain and like punching the walls of the hotel. So Gavin's notorious for getting very drunk at VidCon, which happened again.
So he's 2 for 2, basically.
Yes.
All right.
One night we went out to, the Collective was having a party and it was open bar, and of course Gavin
Uh-oh.
opened that bar and drank it. So he got pretty drunk, and we were going back to our hotel in the elevator, and me and Gavin get off at the same floor because we're staying like in rooms that are adjacent to each other. And he's like stumbling behind me and trying to like trip me as we're walking, and I'm like, come on Gavin, let's put you to bed. You need to sleep. And at one point I don't hear anything behind me, and I turn around and Gavin is lying face down on the floor.
Oh my God, do we have a picture of this?
That's close enough.
That looks
And,
fake. What's next to him?
His bag. We got
Oh.
goodie bags at the
Oh,
party.
okay.
So he just laid there for
I like that your first instinct instead of helping him up was to take a
Of course.
photo.
Also, you might be a little drunk too. That photo is not like
I took it.
level. That photo is totally crooked as
Okay,
well.
I drank a little bit too. But it's not like he like passed out. He actually just laid down on the floor because he didn't feel like walking anymore. So that was fun to deal with.
So did you just leave him? Like, all right, peace
I
out.
kept walking, and I'm just like, come on, you should go to sleep. You're tired. And he's like, but Barbara, I don't want to walk anymore. That was my Gavin impression.
Does he like turn into a baby? Like a rattle
Yeah.
appears in his hand. And he's like, "Wah."
And then another funny story I have about Gavin, which I already told him about because I wanted to see his reaction, but I figured like if I waited till next week, it would have been irrelevant. So I didn't get a do not disturb sign in my hotel room. It just like wasn't
I hate when
provided
that
to me.
happens.
Yeah.
I normally
Gavin's-
steal other people's.
Yeah, this is exactly
Like
what I did.
Oh, okay.
one's hanging on doors.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's mean.
So I was leaving my hotel room, and I didn't want them in my room because I like had something like set up, and I was like gonna be back in a couple hours. And I passed by Gavin's room, and I see that he has his do not disturb sign. So I'm just like, oh, I don't even think he's in his room. I'll just put it on my door. We're at dinner a couple hours later, and Gavin was like, so the maid walked in on me taking a shit today.
It was in the oven.
So apparently, me removing his do not disturb sign, like about half an hour later, a maid walked in on him. He had the door completely open and was just taking a
Oh
shit.
my God.
And so,
They didn't knock or anything?
Why wouldn't
Apparently-
he close the door?
because he thought he had to do
I
not
close the
disturb
door
sign.
even if my sign's up.
That's almost
I mean,
worse though.
You're
Like,
just
if you're
keeping
in there with
it
the door
ventilated,
closed,
you know?
and then you walk out and they're like doing your bed, like, what? Like,
Like
No,
he
that's the
apparently
cool
like
thing
jumped
about-
up.
Having a hotel room to yourself is you can just be naked the whole time. You don't have to. It's
Yeah.
just an open
you know,
door
that's the cool
problem.
thing about owning a house.
Well, yeah.
That's,
Or any
until you're
living
Aaron
space
Andrews
by
and there's a
yourself.
fucking camera on the goddamn peephole.
yeah, I'm pretty sure there are people following you around, Gus. Like, maybe today's the day.
Or just randomly go up to random rooms.
I guess so.
Creepy.
That is creepy.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
Thank you. I
Bye.
love you.
The CEO, the RVPP, AMF, Gavin free, the brightest British guy you'll ever met. And Gussie runs the show, you see, with an acid fist and a stinky sneeze. Jack's been there, done that badass, and all he got was this lousy T. Joel Heyman, how he's #1, but lost it all to a bet system. Anyone else who stumbles in, speak into the mic. This is Rooster Teeth Productions. God!
What are you doing?
Oh, I'm writing a theme song for the Rooster Teeth podcast.
Oh, I love those guys!